new vehicles must be surveyed to FCAI standards. Survey to be conducted from a distance of 1 metre from the vehicle. Proceed the inspection in a clockwise direction. Inspection includes an under-bumper examination. A visual inspection is best, as some damage cannot be felt by hand. FCAI guidelines allow the use of an inspection mirror. All damage must be recorded on the C-Pod using FCAI codes and appropriate images taken. Manually inputted comments are not acceptable. Vehicles with severe damage must not be moved unless authorised by CEVA management or allocator. If you notice damage, this must be raised with the compound manager. The compound manager will make the decision if the vehicle continues transportation. Again, appropriate FCAI codes to be used, and a valid signature acknowledging the damage if the vehicle continues transportation. If the vehicle is fitted with a protective coating, this must remain fitted to the vehicle. If the protective coating is damaged, this must be recorded on the C-Pod using FCAI codes and images taken. Again, if this is additional damage to the SV1 survey, please do not move the vehicle and seek further instruction from operations staff or the warranty team. Please scan the CEVA barcode to identify the vehicle. Alternatively, please enter the vehicle ID manually into the C-Pod. Please check the quantity of keys. All new vehicles should have a minimum of 2 keys. Logbooks and toolkit. These are generally located in the passenger compartment area or glove box. Loose items bag. These are also generally located in the passenger compartment area. Interior condition. Is it clean or dirty? Pay particular attention to the driver's door sill and scuff plate area. This is a high traffic area and often damaged. Spare tyre. Does the vehicle have a spare? Yes or no? Always start your external inspection from the front right corner. As you move around the vehicle in a clockwise direction, it is recommended that you gun barrel from the front right panel and use the reflective surface to identify imperfections. It's important that you closely inspect both rims and tyres whilst on this side. The roof should also be inspected at this point. Gun barrel technique applied again. Use reflections to help identify dents. Please use side steps or adequate equipment to ensure a thorough inspection of the roof. Pay particular attention to the driver's door leading edge. This is a high traffic area and often damaged. Rear end. Progress towards the rear of the vehicle for inspection, including under the rear bumper, lights and boot. If you require to remove the roof aerial for clearance whilst loading, please place this on the passenger footwell. From the rear of the vehicle, use the gun barrel technique to identify any indentations along the entire left side, whilst also inspecting both rims and tyres. The roof should also be inspected at this point. Gun barrel technique applied again. Use reflections to help identify dents. Please use side steps or adequate equipment to ensure a thorough inspection of the roof. Inspect the front end of the vehicle, identifying any damage. Pay particular attention to the underside of the front bumper. This is a common damage area. If the vehicle is fitted with a tow hook, examine the area around it, as damage may be present on removing bumper caps. When taking photos of damage on new vehicles, a minimum of 2 photos are required. 1 photo of the damage up close, and a distant photo showing the location of the damage, including the surrounding area where the vehicle is parked. How to survey used vehicles. Almost all second-hand vehicles will have some form of damage. It's very important a thorough survey is completed. The survey is used as evidence if a warranty claim is raised to show pre-existing damage. Please scan the CEVA barcode to identify the vehicle. Alternatively, please enter the vehicle ID manually into the C-Pod. If the vehicle is not fitted with seat cover and floor mat, please ensure you install one. It's important the correct amount of keys are recorded. House keys should not be accepted. If the key fob is damaged or cracked, please make a note in the comments and take a photograph showing the damage. A fuel gauge reading must be taken every time the vehicle is surveyed. Please ensure an accurate odometer reading is recorded. This is very important to avoid any allegations of vehicles being driven extra kilometres. Take a note of any stereo and non-standard fittings. These can be CB radios or DVD players. This is also a good time to inspect the interior of the vehicle. Any obvious damage like torn seats or broken interior components should be recorded using the appropriate FCAI codes. An image should also be taken of any significant damage. Ride height must be recorded. This helps our allocators plan their loads and organise appropriate equipment. Note the ground clearance and gap between the top of the tyre and the guard. Use this as an indicator to estimate the ride height. An unsecured battery could be catastrophic. Lift the bonnet or boot and identify the battery. Grab the top of the battery and attempt to move it. If there is movement, this must be secured by the customer prior to accepting the vehicle into CEVA's care. If a loose battery is identified in the CEVA compound, then report this to your operations manager immediately. To close the bonnet or boot, simply let go from a height of 30 cm and allow the bonnet or boot lid to close under its own weight. Do not close the bonnet or boot lid softly, then push down with your fingers, as this may leave a dent or mark on the paintwork. Check that the vehicle has a spare tyre and mark it on the C-pod. Personal items policy. Due to high demand, CEVA Car Carrying now has a personal items policy, which allows items to be left in the vehicle to assist our customers. Items must be packed in the following manner. This policy is only available for depot drop-off bookings. Bookings to Western Australia are excluded from this policy due to quarantine restrictions. Goods are to be securely packed in appropriate removalist boxes or suitcases. No heavy machinery, perishable goods, plants or dangerous goods allowed. All boxes and suitcases are to be left in the boot of the vehicle or back of the station wagon. If your vehicle is a station wagon or similar, nothing is allowed above the rear window to obstruct the rear view mirror sight. Boxes cannot exceed 60 kilograms in total. If goods are not packed in boxes or suitcases according to our requirements, we will refuse to transport the vehicle. We will not carry or otherwise handle dangerous items, including but not limited to dangerous goods, weapons, firearms, ammunition, petrol and fuel, LPG/propane cylinders, or any other item that we reasonably believe to be dangerous in nature. Recording damage. Please use the symbol that best matches the damage identified. Scribbles and lines all over the vehicle are not acceptable. A false survey is serious misconduct and appropriate corrective action will apply. Always start your external inspection from the front right corner. As you move around the vehicle in a clockwise direction, it is recommended that you gun barrel from the front right panel and use the reflective surface to identify imperfections. It's important that you closely inspect both rims and tyres whilst on this side. The roof should also be inspected at this point. The gun barrel technique is applied again. Use reflections to help identify dents. Please use side steps or adequate equipment to ensure a thorough inspection of the roof. Pay close attention to leading door edge and driver's sill area. Most used vehicles have damage in this area. Progress towards the rear of the vehicle for inspection, including under the rear bumper, lights and boot. Pay close attention to the rear bumper scuff plate area. This is a high traffic area often damaged by prams or golf clubs. If you need to remove the roof aerial for clearance whilst loading, please place this on the passenger footwell. Pay close attention to old brittle antennas. These should be handled with extra care. From the rear of the vehicle, use the gun barrel technique to identify indentations along the entire left side, whilst also inspecting both rims and tyres. The roof should also be inspected at this point. Gun barrel technique applied again. Use reflections to help identify dents. Please use side steps or adequate equipment to ensure thorough inspection of the roof. All depot drop-off vehicles must have the under front bumper inspected with the inspection mirror. Inspect the windscreen, hood and front bumper, identifying any stone chips, scratches or dents. Most used vehicles have stone chips. Please ensure the level of severity is accurately reported. Nearly all second-hand vehicles will have some scraping under the front bumper. Please ensure you capture accurate and detailed photographs from all required positions. A minimum of 4 photos is required for every second-hand vehicle. This is an example of the angle images should be taken from in a clockwise direction. Checking for dirt and grease should be the first part of the customer handover process. Please ensure the following steps are carried out prior to handing over the vehicle to the customer. Barcode sticker is removed. Seat cover and floor mats are removed. Mirrors are folded out. Aerial is screwed in if removed from the vehicle, and the vehicle exterior condition is clean. This is our CEVA standard for the new and used vehicle survey process and is to be followed exactly as shown in the video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.